here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we here specifically in the executive branch of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, are going to lead by example on this front. We didn't invent this, it's not new to us. There are significant corporations in America, in the private sector, who have done the very same thing. Companies like Walmart, companies like Home Depot and others, Target. These are people who have also realized that we need employees. Yesterday, we were fortunate to make an announcement about a company that's going to invest significantly in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, a company that's going to create thousands of jobs. And there's a lot of excitement and people are buzzing about things like that. Where are the employees going to come from? If we have tens of thousands of people in our state alone, scores of thousands actually, who this applies to, who have historically had to check a box, that cuts down on the likelihood of those folks even wanting to apply. If you were to talk to any such individual, somebody who has a felony conviction, what you would often hear them say is something like, well, I stopped applying for jobs through traditional channels because I always have to check the box. You often hear that term used. And literally, for those of you who have seen these application forms, there is a box, usually on the very front page, so that it can be easily spotted by someone weeding through resumes, where a box must be checked. And because that box is checked, whether people would admit to it or not, certainly the anecdotal belief is, and probably true enough, is that all else being equal, those with checked boxes are likely to be put off to the side. The irony being that those may be the most qualified people, and yet the employer would never necessarily know. And so now, with the removal of that box, this does not in any way, shape, or form preclude background checks from being done, from questions being asked, discussions being had about somebody's record, criminal or otherwise. All those things are still on the table. What it does do, however, is make the very front of that paper look the same, all else being equal. Someone might say, this person looks qualified, I want to talk to this person. The dialogue has the opportunity to begin. It's fair, it's appropriate, it's even-handed, and it's what we're going to do here in Kentucky. And it is my hope, my sincere hope, that many of our employers in this state will consider doing the same thing. Again, you have absolute recourse to do anything you want in terms of background checking, about having dialogue with someone during an interview process. But I would like to, in addition to signing this executive order, making this declaration that we in the executive branch of Kentucky are going to remove this box and level the playing field for job applicants. I want to specifically challenge each and every private employer in this state to think about doing the exact same thing. It may or may not be possible, may or may not be prudent given the nature of your business. I will leave that to you to decide. But if Kentucky can do it, if Home Depot can do it, if Walmart can do it, and others, I would challenge each and every one of you, large and small, in your businesses to consider doing the same. Let Kentucky become an example to the nation for all the right reasons. There are jobs. We've actually already hired people who have prior felony convictions. I have some of them on my immediate team. And so that's something that has been the case already. It's now easier for folks like that to be given a fair shake.
Allowing these folks a chance at gainful employment, returning Kentuckians a chance at gainful employment, will reduce recidivism, reoffense rates, thereby lessening the number of victims. It will give folks a chance to support their families. Sadly, Kentucky has the highest percentage of children with an incarcerated parent. Giving these folks a chance at a job and housing and transportation will lessen recidivism and give them a chance to support their families and rejoin their communities. Again, the number of reasons why we support an effort like this, which will allow folks to apply for state jobs without disclosing a criminal conviction on the front end. Later, when they have a chance to interview, that background will come up. They'll get a chance to explain why they have a criminal conviction or a criminal history. It gives them a chance to get that foot in the door.
I got out and I started working in the lowest paying jobs you could find, right? Minimum wage was my standard operating fee, right? And there was no going up at that point. Every application that I've seen had the box. This is the beginning. All this is the beginning. The beginning of an inclusive Kentucky. A Kentucky that moves into the 21st century. That allows its people not to be separated and have a life sentence of being in poverty. In the past, we've said to each worker, each person who came out of prison and wanted to be a citizen and wanted to pay taxes and wanted to be a part of the dream, whose lives were changed, we said to them, no, you must dig ditches. You must, try to go backwards, try to hide behind places and get a job that pays really low level. Yeah, if you've got a family, then you need to work 3 or 4 jobs, and you may never see